Hello and welcome everyone. This time Conni wants me to get a fox at range with a pistol. Today Conni wants to test my accuracy on a small target. I'll have to harvest a fox down from at least 75 meters away with a .357 handgun. There are no restrictions on location for this one, and since red fox don't have a home range on Hirsch, I can hunt them anytime and anywhere I'd like. The tricky thing about this one will be finding a spot to take the 75-meter shot. I might get a chance at dusk when they're drinking by the water, but my go-to will be searching for them in the open ag fields during their feed times. I can simply wander around with my head on a swivel, or I can check out an already discovered need zone. I'll have to be mindful of my distance, but remain careful not to get busted while doing so. To complete the mission, I'll be bringing along the Ficoso .357 with the flat-nosed bullets. I may try the tritium sights or the reflex red dot, but the Goshawk handgun scope would be super helpful for accuracy and magnification. Sadly though, I haven't unlocked it, so I'll have to try without. Of course, I'll bring along the Predator Jackrabbit collar, and the rangefinder will come in handy for judging the distance. I began working on the mission at the Petersine outpost during their morning feed time. I already had a zone in a field to the north, so I marked it on the map and made a beeline through the fields. But my first attempt was destined for trouble. I discovered a level 5 female in the zone, so I moved up to about 80 meters to take the shot. I quickly discovered she was too tiny of a target to see through the red dot, as it covered her body entirely. Adding to the difficulty, I couldn't sight spot her at this distance and lost her in the corn rows. Then I tried highlighting her and quickly switching to the pistol, but that faded too quickly. Frustrated, I crouched for a slightly better vantage and tried a Hail Mary. I went to investigate and found hide nor hair. Since I never got any hunting pressure either, she got to live and see another day. Frustrated, I returned to the outpost. Since I only needed another 335 handgun score for the pistol scope, I decided to grind for it. Knowing that geese are about 30 weapon score apiece, I grabbed the Anderson 22 pistol and headed to my goose blind for some points. I also brought the Mangiafico 410 pistol, thinking it would do perfectly. However, I quickly discovered that these points went to my shotgun score instead. So from there on out, I used the Anderson 22. And finally, I earned the points to unlock the handgun scope. Before putting it to the test, I wanted to take it out for a spin, so I headed east to the rifle range. Immediately, I knew this was going to be the answer. Even at 100 meters, it did the trick, making accuracy a whole lot easier. I quickly got comfortable with consistent shot placement, so I found a red fox zone nearby, then reset the time, and headed out again. I found a clear vantage on a rise about 100 meters away, so I settled in next to a bush and waited for a fox to appear. But when when nothing happened, I pulled out the Predator Jackrabbit collar to see what I could stir up. At first, nothing, but then a little movement to the right caught my eye. A level 5 male. Not great, but not bad either. He was too close to take the shot, but I hauled out the 357 to get a bead on him. But he quickly spotted me and bolted back into the woods, not offering any opportunities for a shot. I was busted and figured my hunt here was over, so I went to take a closer look at the zone. But as I rummaged around on the hillside, I got barked at. I suspected he might be trying to return to his favorite spot to sleep, so I fell back to get some distance. My hunch turned out to be true. I was still too close to take a shot though, so I continued to put some distance between us. Once I finally made it to 80 meters away, there was only one thing left to do. After all that, I got a hit, but his health didn't go down very quickly. The shot felt good though, so I went over to take a look. And he was in the grass a short distance away. He's a red-colored male scoring 8.63. He would have scored silver, but got knocked down to a bronze because of the non-vital hit. However, a close look seemed suspicious. Granted, I hit lower than I had thought, but it seemingly went through one of his lungs, but only registered on a hit to the left leg. I would have been upset if he was a diamond, but thankfully the 80-meter shot will complete the mission for me either way. With enough tries, I probably could have gotten a fox without the scope, but the reliability of the magnification and crosshairs really made a difference for me here. It's not an item I see using all the time, but I'm sure it'll be in my loadout as an option in the future. If you found this video helpful, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Conni 19 will have me hunting them again with a pistol, but this time I'll need to be prone. Thanks for watching.